You've probably been told all of your life that childbirth is very painful, right? It actually isn't, but it is for most women in the West, and that's because they give birth almost 15 years too late.
Ah, so not only does this guy know what a woman's purpose is, he also knows that giving birth is not in fact painful. Hooray, buddy! Whoop-de-doo! Yeah, now let's see you push a watermelon out of your pee-pee hole. So this is a video that I've seen going around. It's now 3 months old, but people are saying that it's pretty cringe. I have no idea what to expect, but since it is a dude dressed in leather in the middle of a forest with a title, A Woman's Purpose, I'm gonna just assume this is about to be real cringy. One of two things is happening here. Either one, this motherfucker is out here because he's been like ostracized from general society, and maybe this is the closest he can get to general society without violating the restraining order, or he thinks it looks really cool and masculine being outside, you know? Got the cool leather on. They call me Fonz, yeah. I don't know, but let's go ahead and find out.
I see a lot of videos for women on YouTube on how to get a so-called hourglass body, wider hips and bigger breasts essentially. They will tell you to work out, do plastic surgery, go on unnatural diets, and so on. All of this is bullshit. There's one solution to all of your problems.
You hear that, ladies? There's one solution to all of our problems. Please, Gru, let us know.
Pregnancy. The reason you look the way you look is because you did not get pregnant right after you started menstruating. Your menstruation is literally your body, nature, God, if you're religious, telling you to have children now.
Wait a minute.
Not doing that is...
Whoa. Okay, I saw people saying he's kind of like a pedo. I wanted to give him a fucking the benefit of the doubt here, but what the fuck? When does the first period happen? Around 12 years old. 12 years old! This motherfucker thinks a 12-year-old should be getting pregnant. Oh my god. 11, 14 and a half, but anywhere from 9 to 16 is considered normal. This dude would literally have sex with a 9-year-old if she had her period. Whew. Well, hey, props to him for sticking on the biblical worldview when it comes to all this, but, damn, I'm really glad we're not in that, barbaric time anymore. Maybe if you fuckers could have evolved with us, we'd all be in a better place, you know?
Telling you to have children now. Not doing that is exactly the same as not eating meat and fat when you are hungry. It completely goes against your body's needs and senses, and you will be naturally punished for it. And
Wait a minute, whoa. Having a period does not mean that is your body then telling you need to get pregnant. That is not even close to the truth. That's not... I wonder if he would he apply this same kind of bullshit to men? Or to young boys. The first time you get a boner, that's when you gotta start going out banging. Holy shit, dude.
In this case, you are punished with your looks. Every woman on earth that did not get pregnant when she was supposed to now looks different than she should, which means that most women in Europe and North America don't look the way they are supposed to. Do you understand how big of a deal this is?
So a bunch of the 12-year-olds aren't running around pregnant, so they grow up to not look the way they're supposed to. Who gave you the ability to tell us what women are supposed to look like? Huh? I mean, I'm sorry, buddy, but based on your appearance, it doesn't seem that you have the best fashion. I mean, it looks like you just fucking ran into a hot topic and then darted out before the police realized that you were within 300 yards of a fucking elementary school.
Almost every woman that walks past you in everyday life doesn't look the way she is naturally supposed to. The looks are one thing, but
okay, then good. Fine. What? What are you saying?
It's a much bigger problem that most women have no clue about. Your body stops growing at around the age of 18. Growth is not only your height, your body goes through a lot of changes, and one of them is that it tightens and stays that way for life. This is a huge problem for women in the West today.
My dude, you're a huge problem for women in the West today. No, you're a huge problem for women everywhere.
You've probably been told all of your life that childbirth is very painful, right? It actually isn't, but it is for most women in the West, and that's because they give birth almost 15 years too late.
Ah, so not only does this guy know what a woman's purpose is, he also knows that giving birth is not in fact painful. Hooray, buddy! Whoop-de-doo! Yeah, now let's see you push a watermelon out of your pee-pee hole.
You have to understand that from nature's perspective, you are seen as a loser, and that's why you will be punished with pain. This is why you have to give birth when you are young and flexible. Your hips will widen very easily when giving birth. And you won't have to go through those painful contractions that women who give birth at an unnatural age go through.
My dude, I think you're projecting a lot, okay? The reason that your mom consistently told you that giving birth to you was incredibly painful, she didn't mean like physical pain. She meant that it was just a painful plight that she was putting onto the world.
Your hips will stay that way and make all of your future births just as easy, whereas those women can even risk bleeding to death when they give birth. Again, this is a natural punishment for going against nature.
Why are we not like naturally punished then for using a toilet or using toilet paper? You know? Is that why? Maybe is that why you got hemorrhoids, buddy? Because you didn't use leaves to wipe your ass? What are you talking about? We do so many things that quote unquote aren't natural. I hate this fucking dumbass appeal to nature. It is so goddamn cringe. Every time. Oh, well, it's not natural. It's not natural. I don't care if what is and isn't natural. It's about whether or not it is moral.
You won't have stretch marks. Your breasts will be much bigger because you will be pregnant while you are going through puberty, which is how it's supposed to be.
What the fuck? Do you realize the implications of what you're saying here, pal? Pregnancy is not exactly something that, like, children are just like, you know what? I'm ready. I'm gonna tap my golden shoes together and voila, I'm pregnant, okay? This isn't the Bible, buddy. Do you know how babies are made? Does this guy know how does anybody know? Does he know? I'm not trying to be rude. The fuck, my dude? You're unironically saying that they're supposed to be pregnant during puberty, which would only then mean that they should have been impregnated. What are you saying right now?
It will give you an extra boost, so to speak. This is how you actually naturally get an attractive body as a woman. Of course, you have to still eat natural food.
So this actually, you know what? Props to this guy. Advocating for child rape so that women will have bigger breasts when they're out of puberty. Wow. I thought that the horny levels couldn't get any more deranged for these red pill incel types, but lo and behold, they managed to impress me every fucking time. Incredible. Insane. Unironically advocating to rape children because, you know, you will look hot as you get older.
Food to be well developed and have an easy birth. You can't eat cookies and pasta and expect to have an easy childbirth, no matter how young you are. Genes obviously also play a role, and some women simply do have different body types. The media teaches women to be promiscuous. The schools teach them to use protection. And the families usually don't even get involved today. They don't have a strong father figure to lead them or to teach them.
Well, I mean, this should benefit you, right? If the family's not involved, then it'll be a lot easier for you to kidnap the local little girl, right?
Anything. Back in the day, we did not document our birth dates as we do now. Most people didn't know how old they are because naturally it's irrelevant. On the day a girl got her first period is usually when she lost her virginity and got impregnated. Nobody cared about...
Wait, if you're on your period, you won't get pregnant. I don't even know what to say. Oh my God. Keep this man away from preschoolers. Jesus.
About her exact age because it didn't matter up until today. I'll give you some examples.
Maybe that's a good thing? Back in the olden days, you know, kids would get raped all the time. Oh, bring us back to tradition. Return to tradition. Holy pedophile, my dude. The reason now that we have these standards is because we recognize that it takes a level of maturity and development to adequately consent to something as significant and impactful as sexual activity. Like, that's only one of many. Not to mention, engaging in any kind of sexual activity with a child, one, they cannot consent. Even if they say yes, they do not have the ability to adequately consent. And two, you're doing so much harm. You are doing immeasurable harm on that child's mental well-being, on their physical well-being. I mean, at this point, you're unironically talking about just accepting blatant child abuse because you're horny and you're unable to attract women your own age. Like, holy shit, my dude. Just if you go outside, okay, and you're at the local playground hiding in the bushes and, you know, leering, doesn't mean that speaks for everybody. In fact, most people would want you stuck on a fucking pitchfork. This guy is bizarre. This is so much worse than I thought. A rat just came into my office. Look at this rat. Look at that guy. Say hi.
In Spain, 20 years ago, the age of consent was 12. It was changed to 16 some years ago. In Italy and Germany...
Why do they always do this? Like, this isn't just this guy's rhetoric. It's very common for more like conservative, traditional types to appeal to, well, it used to be like this. Okay, why was it changed? Like, that's kind of pertinent, right? Oh, well, it used to be the age of consent was 12. Now it's 16. Do you think perhaps there's a fucking reason why that changed, my dude? Helpful hint, it's to help susceptible young girls not get taken advantage from fucking weirdos like you.
It was also 12 for ages. In Italy, it is 14 now. Not that much has changed there. In Canada...
So are you going to go to Italy then? I mean, why are you recording your video? Get the fuck out of here. Go to Italy, okay? Creep.
Up until 2008, it was also 14. Artificial marriages with a contract usually happen between the ages of 9 and 12 all around the earth. A bit over 100 years ago, the age of consent in the United States was 7 to 12 years, depending on the state. In 19...
Okay, the fact that you've, like, memorized the age of consent throughout history is a little weird. You know, most people, they're like, yeah, I've been studying the Bible so that I can go to Awana camp. And others are like, yeah, I've been memorizing these facts here so that I can be a better debater, you know? And this guy's over here like, did you know that in the state of Nebraska, at one point, the age of consent was only 2 years old? Take us back to tradition. What a fucking creep. Oh my god.
1920, after World War I, it was changed to 16 to 18, all of a sudden. That's also when women started working and sending their children to kindergarten. All of a sudden, the children were in the hands of the government. Everything started going downhill 100 years ago.
Not all kindergartens are like public. What about private schools? Are you okay with that? Well, I don't even know what he's saying.
It was like a great reset.
Oh, he said great reset. Ooh, spooky. And now we get a creepy view of the woods with a big puddle. Hey, buddy, why don't you stick your face in there and see how long you can hold your breath? Oh. Whoa.
Nowadays we have mind control programs.
What is the deal with that? The atmosphere, bruh. Think about it. The age of consent. It's all a lie. Ooh.
Nowadays we have mind control programs such as To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. Men get caught for wanting to sleep with 15-year-old girls. Yet in Europe, the age of consent is 14 to 15 in most...
Okay, so... on top of the fact that he has, like, the age of consent memorized in every fucking location, it's also a massive red flag that he's mad at Chris Hansen. Yeah, man... that goddamn To Catch a Predator show, I hate that shit. Oh, really? Why? Do you just feel that like it's done in poor taste, or do you just not find it very entertaining? No, it makes me so nervous to meet up with all my dates. You are literally the creepiest bitch I've ever seen. He should definitely stay in the woods forever.
Countries. And that's simply because even the governments here understand that no matter how old you are as a guy, you would have to be severely mentally ill not to find a 15-year-old girl attractive. Yet in the United States, you are seen as a monster for having a natural attraction, even though that's only 1 year away from.
It would depend on how that person looks, I guess. Like because like for example, my wife looked way older than her age, so she would get like catcalled by full adult men while she was like 14 or 15 because she just developed early and she definitely looked like an adult way more. But the thing is that it's not just like, oh, she's attractive. It's that once you find out that she's young and might look older than her age, you then say, well, I'm out of here. Forget this shit. I'm going home. I'm out of here. This guy is a literal creep.
16, which is legal in a lot of states. It's a man-made number, and most importantly, in nature, you would never be able to tell if a girl is 15 or 16.
Wait, yes, it's a man-made number. Congratulations, buddy. All numbers are man-made. What? Yes, remember when we were digging through the rocky caves in the red savanna, and we came across the objective numbers? Yes, it's a man-made number. We draw a line as humans because we have proper information to evaluate when it is and is not appropriate for somebody to be considered an adult and have the proper capacity to adequately consent. That's it. Yes, the fact that we made the number up is a good thing. That is why it matters. Second of all, why are you bringing up in nature? What? Huh? Bruh, I bet he's out here in the woods so that like his mom doesn't hear him recording this, you know? Oh, what's my honey up to? Comes down to the basement. He's like, now the age of consent used to be 7. Reject modernity. Embrace tradition. She's like, oh my god, honey, you are grounded. No more fucking pizza rolls for you today.
Yet people still get prison sentences for sleeping with 15-year-old girls.
Yes,
but it's
because
totally
it's illegal. Because you're breaking the law. Because 15-year-olds, regardless of how they look, whether they look older than their age or not, are only 15. They don't have the mental capacity to fully evaluate the consequences of having sex. That's a big fucking deal. Yes. Is this why you're over in the woods too? You're like literally hiding from the cops?
Fine if she turns 16 the next day. Absolutely ridiculous. Women in nature don't work. Yes, they may gather food or do some chores here and there, but that's about it. Men do all of the heavy work, and that's because biochemically we actually enjoy it. You as a woman do not want to work, and you most certainly do not enjoy working out or doing any kind of sports.
Then why are there like massive women's sports? Do you think they're all just there like wishing they weren't? Why are there women in the Olympics? There's not even like an argument to be made here. Just smile and wave, laugh at this guy. Hope that on his way home he falls in face first into that fucking puddle, and then his camera falls too. And then if he is unfortunately able to somehow get his face out of the water, maybe the camera will then fall into the water, so all of this footage would be lost. God, why? Why couldn't you have intervened, God?
Hormonally, it completely goes against your biochemistry.
Uh-oh, I guess I'm a woman because I really hate doing heavy lifting. What is this logic?
The more you work out, the more infertile you get. You would be a million times happier having a peaceful life, taking care of your children and your husband. A large amount of the time, you would be pregnant.
Then why is it that women who stay home with the kids report really high rates of depression? Okay, yeah, just ignore the stats, I guess, to you know, cling to his backwards, pedophilic, misogynistic views of women? Gotcha. Cool, that makes sense.
And that alone would make you want to rest, besides running the risk of a miscarriage if you would lift anything heavy. Women nowadays sleep around and then they later realize that they want to have a family and a husband who is loyal and respects them. Snap out of it. Deep down, every man is going to see you as used up. Don't complain about it. Realize that you fucked up and try to make the best out of it.
How are you going to make the best out of it if every man is going to see her as used up? That is actually fucking disgusting. You realize that, like, there's no long-lasting effects on a woman having sex, right? I mean, if she doesn't get an STD, it's not like if she's had multiple partners before settling down, that's somehow going to weigh badly on her body. What do you mean used up, dude? That's fucking creepy AF. Can men get used up?
Let's break all of this down and take the US as an example. As a teenager, you sleep around. Already when you've had 2 to 3 partners, the likeliness of you ever being able to pair bond is close to impossible.
I mean, me and my wife both had various different sexual partners before we got married, and, well, so far we're doing pretty good. Checkmate. Anecdote crushes you.
Are not allowed to naturally marry anybody who is older than you, who may be strong enough to take care of you, but you are allowed to sleep with other teenagers who watch porn and will drop you as soon as they have used you. This is where all of these damaged girls come from. You are not even allowed to artificially marry anybody with a contract before the age of 18.
That's actually not true. Thanks to the Republicans, there are states, I believe it's the state of Idaho, where the most child marriages take place, and the Republicans actually struck down a bill in 2019 that was supposed to ban child marriage. So, thanks to the Republicans, who apparently are so concerned about the groomers and whatnot, now actually in some states, child marriage is unironically acceptable, or at least not acceptable, but it is allowed legally to take place, yeah, because of the conservatives. There you go.
This is insane and inhumane because they make it impossible for girls to have stable relationships or to create a functioning family. You may have so-called relationships that even last a few years, but all of them will break in the end because of this.
Wow. Thanks for the advice. That is really, I really feel encouraged, you know?
Essentially, it is illegal to have a family in the United States of America. I'm not kidding. This is...
No, it's not. You can have a family all you want. You just can't marry and rape literal children. Is that really so hard for you to comprehend? Dude, I'm out of insults. I'm out of roasts. I don't even know what else to say. This video in and of itself is a roast of his character.
This is what the New World Order is all about. China is a good example of it. The age of consent is 18, and to marry anybody you have to be 20 as a woman and 22 as a man. This is basically 10 years too late and guarantees a 99% family failure rate.
99% family failure rate? Where the fuck is that number coming from? I'm aware that divorce rates in the US at least are pretty high, but I know it's not a 99% failure rate. But if it helps you, I mean, you're definitely a 100% failure.
I assume that the age of consent will be 18 to 20 in the NWO, if there even will be any. Essentially, there won't be such a thing as a family. This is all part of the depopulation agenda. You believe that you are being oppressed as a woman, when in reality, the liberation is the oppression.
Wait, that's the end? What? So the reason that they don't want you to rape children is because they want to depopulate the world? What are you talking about right now? How does this... Whoa. Look at the trees. Whoa. Look, guys, a sad song. Oh, did you record this at, like, your 8-year-old friend's piano recital or something? This is creepy. Trees. Whoa. Whoa. More trees. Brush. Look at that, I'm seeing a puddle. Whoa. Oh my god. Whoa. You know what? Maybe child rape isn't all that bad. Now that I see some grass. Whoa. So deep, bro. Dude, pass the doobie, bro. Oh, look at these trees. I'm in the vibe, man. The atmosphere. It's really making me want to be a fucking pedo. Is that the end? Oh, thank God. This is the one of the all-time creepiest videos I've actually ever seen in my life. What are the comments saying? I've been sexually assaulted, raped, groomed, and molested throughout my childhood. My mother had me at 28 and has told me many times about how she was in labor with me for 28 hours. Thankfully, she was able to give birth to me. These days, doctors would have probably pushed a C-section. This society is a circus. I'm so happy you are back with these types of videos. He uploaded this on April Fool's. You know what? Maybe that's the joke? This guy is a creepy bitch. Oh, and what do you know? He likes Matt Walsh. Huh. I would have never seen that coming. Well, there you guys have it. Thems want to stop us from having families because this guy isn't allowed to have sex with kids. Well, I am so sorry, my friend. You live a very tough life. Seriously, fuck off. Like, literally go to jail. Just turn yourself in, okay? Make something up. Make an excuse as to why you should be in prison. I don't care. Just get the fuck off the internet.